We are about to explore one of the largest properties we have found in Spain. It is said that the family who lived here were big businessmen. Somehow, in 2008 it was completely abandoned, leaving the place in total oblivion. As you walk through its interior, it's easy to imagine the family gatherings they would organize in it. They had a bar, even their own game room, undoubtedly the family's favorite place, where they would spend most of their time. Its large expanse of land and the remote area in which it is located have helped to keep it virtually intact. Join me on the tour of this abandoned villa. The first thing I want to show you is the game room. And look, what a pool table. So cool, made of solid wood. With the typical lamp that all pool tables have. And they must have had a great time back in the day. And all the sticks had a bunch of sticks. The house is tremendously big. It's one of the biggest I've ever seen. It looks like a complex. And the paintings? Well, paintings. It's the postman, the original poster, seems. El Juli. Rivero Ordóñez, José Ortega Cano are well-known bullfighters from Spain, from José Ortega Cano again. This one runs in 1978. One is in Madrid and the other in Seville. There are areas like this one here where everything is collected, but there are still quite a few things on site. It still has a lot of charm. They must have had some parties here, but this part over here seems to be designed just for that, for leisure, fun, and partying. Let's go to the bathroom. I loved this bathroom earlier when I saw it. All the details they have in the tiles. And around the mirror as well. It's a bit more modern than the ones they have in the Jarabel rooms and the rooms. It's the most modern in the house, so to speak. It must have been beautiful in its day. What is one? Does she resemble a falera? I'm unsure. It doesn't seem so. I'll show you the bar from here. You'll see it better with its chairs. There, those guys who picked up some things, but most did not. They left it in its place. How cool. Look at the opener. It's written in Arabic on the back. From Pepsi. We're going to the cellar through here, but look, here we have more pictures like this kind of mirror cinar, and it's probably liquor. And this one too. Pictures or mirrors of liquor. Look at the cellar. And the best part is, they left a bunch of wine bottles. Looking at the house, I don't think they have cheap wine here, honestly. Cancell's 1989, but it has gone bad. Rioja, Viña Albina, Gran Reserva, 1975. You have to check the well it has. Great Reserve too. 1981, another Rioja. And now I'm going to show you this part over here, which would be more of a dining area to eat and such. Look. And here to sit next to the fireplace. And these jars that look like they're for beer. Here's another mirror picture featuring Coca-Cola. Super intact, but it still has decay. I'm going to look at the entire floor. And it's infested with rats. There are a lot of rats. Since it's in the countryside, I imagine that's why they get in. I'll give you a general overview of all this, which is huge. I hadn't seen. I think they're called puzzles. How cool. The clay pots. It has a lot of details. They picked up some things. They didn't leave many personal effects, honestly. In houses like this, it's appreciated when we go from each house where the heirs take what's valuable. But the photos and the rest they leave from here. There are very few photos, very few personal items. And this is the other living room. Something that has amazed us about this living room is this well, which I'll show you now. It's a shame that the bucket isn't here, because they used to fill this up with a bucket and they had a tap here. I'm going to show the well. Let's see if I can. It doesn't show up on camera, but there's a drop. There are several meters and it looks quite big. And apparently, look at the holes there. I think they come from outside and would collect the rainwater, I think. Am I going to cover it again? Diploma for the best grandmother. Diploma for the best grandfather. Look how cool I stepped on. All of this. Look, I told you it's full of rats. But full, he's the owner. Happy birthday, Luis, 1999. We know it because we've seen the same big picture in the barn. I'll show you later. All the cups are in place, that's it. It's cool. Are these things that you lift and you have the dust print right there? As if it hasn't been moved in years. This doesn't open. All this filled with cutlery. Here are the dishes. I'm going to do a wide shot of this entire room. And I'm telling you, we haven't even seen it all yet. Not even half of the house, if we've seen about half or so. But then outside, it has like some cellars where they made the wine. Huge. That I also want to show you, it looks like a museum. Well, I show you this in passing, so you can see how big it is. And this would be an entrance door. And through here, we move on to the other part. Oh, look at this, what they left. Food and everything. "2008, the Sheikh." There are a lot of details here and the tiles are really cool. And the kitchen the same. They would wash the dishes over here. An old sink? They didn't modernize this part. Look, they left the dishes there drying and they didn't get to pick them up. The whole pantry, as we can call it, full of all the kitchen utensils they used. And here is the other part of the house. As you can see, we have a floor upstairs. Upstairs we have all the rooms. Look, in this part of the house the tile already changes. It seems they renovated this area and replaced the floor tile. But here they left the original one. The rooms. We'll leave that for last and let's get started. Over here, this here is a storage room. There's not much, so I'm not going to show much. Well, the golf clubs. Junior? What are they, from a child? Could it be? Oh look, fishing rods. And they all be? Is it really cool? I thought all the rooms were upstairs and none below, but I was mistaken. I thought this one was upstairs, I don't know why. Look, how cool. It's beautiful, look. Is this it? I don't know whether to call it comfortable. It's empty, and when you open the drawer, the dresser and the glass, the mirror shake a lot. Oh, look what we found. I'm sure some of you can tell me. I think they are blanks, but I'm not sure as it has a green tip. And here are more when these are already from a carbine. With a chamber pot in there. That they will still use chamber pot. Here, the roof has fallen. They would have liked to store their kind of closet. Oh look, I think there will be curtains up there. It would have been really cool to see it with the curtains. The house is just huge, but huge and full of little details everywhere. Elena and No Link Pilar and Paco. Oh, look at the rat's paws here. Up to here? Up, very good. How far do they climb up? Bath even with the toothbrush. The tile is beautiful. The towel still hanging here. This here would be the main entrance, although there are several large doors, but I think the main one of all is this one. And over here, if I'm not mistaken, yes, over here was the office. Or what I think they would use as an office. They chose the office for these reasons. A super old pen. How cool. How much detail the box has, everything. Do you see? Here, also, I think there would be some curtains over the doors. Ah, look. This one does have the curtains. If we had found it like this. Look, this room is beautiful. The floor. Look at everything that's here and the huge wall tapestry. The living room is very beautiful. If I show you everything. Look at this here, it seems like a little bell. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but it could be a bell to call for service. The thing is, it doesn't sound very good. Or here. Surely, with as much money as they must have had, they would have had service. To clean, cook and all that. At least in the old days, I'm sure I fell in love with this floor. It's beautiful. The room itself is really cool. I don't understand how something like this can end up in such a state of abandonment. Probably the children would try to sell it, but I don't think this property would be easy to sell. It must be incredibly expensive due to its immense size, with a vast area both inside the house and outside. And I don't know, I don't think many people would be interested in buying something like this. I think they have a very small market. Like most houses we see, because this house is super secluded. It doesn't have any big city nearby. Let's go upstairs to see the rooms. And this part over here, they retouched it quite a bit. The walls especially look quite new, and especially the doors. I don't even know if they would use them, because they look very good. Okay, and this is one of the rooms. What's strange is that there are two cribs out here. Look at the coat of fleece. I don't even want to touch it. because this is full of rats. I mean, look at the droppings on the bed and who knows if it has fleas or not. This is a tiny bathroom. Through here we go to the rest of the rooms. Look how big it is. Look at all the old photos they left. They left practically very few modern ones, but old ones, as you can see. Quite a lot. Let's see this one, I think it is. Like a postal roll. Well, he drew very well. Look, it's here. The drawing is from 1910. Look at this one from 1905. It's really cool. This one is very cool. And here's another one. I don't like this one as much, but it's still quite interesting. This one is from 1903. We've had quite a bit of fun with the photos, and look at the latrine they had here. Can you imagine how old the house must be to have one of these lessons? That for some reason when they renovated, they didn't change it. It seems they liked it, and here we have another one of the rooms. This is so cool. The sink. Here there are more old photographs. I think it's the only room where there are photographs. Wow, look at how it's cracking. How cool, wow. The photo of a classroom. With a newborn, a baby. And from the top we still have to see this room and the bathroom. This one they have here for everyone. Look, how cool. With antique faucets, which I love. Very cool. And let's see the last room that we have left. Here is another sink. And with the plug and everything. So it empties. Look at the painting of the Virgin Mary with Jesus Christ. And something that has really racked our brains is this stain here. On camera, I don't know if it will be noticeable, but it seems like it's wet. In fact, you even stick to it a little. And it looks like blood, honestly. Given the absence of similar occurrences throughout the house. But anyway, that's the weirdest thing we've seen. We still need to show you the outside part, the cellars they have, which are huge, and now we're going there and I'll show you. This is the cellar part I mentioned earlier. Look at all the jars, or whatever they're called, and now we're going to the other side. Damn, the pigeons, what a scare. And on the other side is the cool part. Look at this part here. They had a huge stone mill. How cool, you'll see it better. And here on this side, they probably put the mule or the donkey to make it go around. And look over here, they had the presses. And this one is more complete. The grapes would go in here. And the press would come down until it completely squeezed it out, and it would fall through here. All the liquid, it would end up down here. There's like a hollow to put the jars. I'm going to show you this one that can be opened better. Look, the pipe goes there and it would end up here. There would be a jar, surely. It looks like a small museum.
Well, this was what I wanted to show you. I hope you liked it.
If so, give it a like and see you at the next site. Until next time.